Hello, CYMK listeners. What is that?
It's that moth from my car. It actually is!
We have a guest on today.
It's Gabriel.
It's Bailey.
And this is CYMK. Good morning, CYMKers, and welcome back to your daily dose of podcasting.
Art and music. There's no music. I don't know why I said music. That's our theme song.
Yes.
We also need a theme song. Submit below in the comments.
So,
we have a new format we're trying out. It'll maybe stick. It'll maybe not.
Yeah, we just wanted to record our faces to because we're narcissists. No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to work
You're
on
right.
not pausing in between talking so much.
It's weirder with the camera, isn't it? It's weirder.
No.
We're so glad you're here.
It does feel like there's like the third person watching, and like I don't know whether to look at Bailey, to look at the microphone, to like look,
or to look at the camera.
Yeah. So over the weekend, Cenrtal High School had their senior art show, which is whenever the artists, the kids in senior, the kids who were seniors who were in art class, got to bring their works and their pieces out in the Coop Gallery and put them on display. And so that is who we interviewed. We had a little Dropbox, and we gave them 3 questions to fill out. They gave us their name, and then we can tag them if they would like. So that's what we're gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that what you wanted me to say?
Absolutely.
Is that what you want from me?
No, better. Do it again. We have pictures we're going to be looking at. I can show you some pictures of the artwork because I took some pictures, but they will pop up on the screen or in the video when I'm in a box.
Well, we can green
screen them in, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Baby.
So much editing.
You're right.
Editor, cut that out.
Editor. Scrap the whole thing.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
Continue.
a wrap. First question.
You're right.
Okay, so this one I picked out of our first because it was standing weird because Bailey didn't put them in there right.
Editor.
Okay. This person's name is Zoya, and they're 17. And Zoya's work. Okay, so first question we asked was, tell us the inspiration behind your work. And Zoya said, it was just a little sketch that turned into more. So looking at Zoya's work, it's like a sketch of an eyeball. It's so good.
Very good.
Like, that's crazy.
I think what she means by a little sketch that turned into more...
Just doodling. Like, that's when
Maybe she was just drawing a little eye, and then the teacher was like, let's expand on that idea. Mm-hmm. Idea.
Oh, that's funny, actually. I like that. In middle school... Believe it or not. Well, I would just, doodle a bunch of eyes and, like, the eyebrows or something, and, I mean, it never turned into more for me, unlike Zoya, but...
But you're an artist.
Oh, yes, but,
so
like, I was never... because this picture of hers is, like, realism. That's scary good.
Yeah, seriously, for an up-and-coming artist, it's realistic. Very good.
So, keep up your sketches then, girl, because that's scary good. Okay, second question. Do you see art in your future? Explain why or why not. Zoya said, I do. It's always been a part of my life.
Oh, okay. So maybe not specifically as a job or a career, but just in her life in general.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel, too. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to, especially now, I feel like, to be an artist as just your career and profession and to make a living off of it.
Yeah.
Because it unfortunately does have to be put aside as a hobby unless you are... just that one lucky nepotism.
Nepo baby?
Yeah, Nico baby. So,
you have to, like, find a balance between burnout from turning a hobby or a passion into a, like, commercializing it into a money-making thing, and then, also, I love this and actually just want to do it for myself.
Yeah, it's hard to find that middle ground of still being happy doing what you love whenever it turns into that 9-to-5 job and, like, a living wage. So I hope art stays in your life in Zoya.
In any way.
You're good at it. And yeah, in any way. Okay, last question. How does art make you feel? Be specific. It makes me feel proud of my abilities and express how I feel.
That's lovely.
I love that.
So lovely. We left that question pretty general because we wanted to see what they would say, but that's cute. That's inspiring.
To express how I feel. I mean, that's kind of like the whole gist of art.
Yeah. Well, she understands it. She's not just saying, because it's cool, I can make a pretty picture. She's saying, because it's an expression, which is true, yeah.
And from her work, from what I've seen, being realistic. And that's also, like, maybe that's not just her style. Like, I haven't seen more of her work that's just, like, really general. But I do like that just art is so versatile. Oh, my God, I just scratched a mosquito bite, and I think I tore some skin off. Next question.
Zoom in on that.
Hey, guys. Okay.
Okay.
You open one.
I'm just gonna blindly.
Ooh, we got a lot written on this one. This one's long answers.
All right. This is from Nyla Torrez. All right, Nyla Torrez, age 17. She said we can tag her on Instagram.
Nice.
So, tell us about the inspiration behind your artwork. She says, my inspiration is biblical stories. Throughout this school year, I've been thinking of my grandma, who has passed away in 2019. She was very religious and always had crosses, angel statues, and lots of Bibles. Wow, it's kind of a mixed message, kind of with the biblical stories and with like the grandma and the familial love and all that. That's really nice.
That is really nice. I mean, you can kind of see it within that book. Just, like, because the ceramic book and then with the crack in it, and that is just already so, like, representative, and I love that.
Yeah.
But then with the grandma, I think.
Yeah, no, even with, like, the clocks, like, the passage of time, like, whether she meant to do that or not, it's really cool.
And just for, like, us as an audience to interpret that and to make, and then know, like, meaning behind it. Well, not meaning, but inspiration.
Did your grandma or grandfather, Popo, did he grow up telling you stories?
No.
Oh, moving on. Popo, if you're listening, tell this girl a story, please.
My grandma would tell me stories, and we would do this thing. We like put shaving cream on a table, and I'd like write in it. So there are some things that I'm inspired by my grandparents and just by like my family to want to put into my art. I think it's just really hard to. I don't know, not even hard as in, like, personal, but it's really hard to put yourself into art and then somebody not understand it and then they don't see it for what it truly means and they just kind of see it as face value and then just, like, I don't know. Sometimes it can feel like a slap in the face, but also I like having that little secret.
Well, I like that. It's kind of like a little secret for you. Nyla, that's beautiful. Thank you.
That is really beautiful. Thank you.
Number 2, do you see art in your future? Explain why or not. She said, I definitely do. I believe that ceramics is very calming, and it's helped me overcome my anxiety. I plan on taking classes at the Cenrtal Clay Studio over the summer to keep myself involved in art.
Well, now I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Yes, how cool. We can't wait to see how your inspiration comes through in your new pieces.
Now I can, like, walk around and be like, oh, it's Nyla's, guys.
Be like, Nyla, is this about grandma? No, don't ask her that. Don't ask Nyla that.
No, don't ask her that.
But ask her for inspiration if she wants to share, then that would be lovely.
That is really cool.
Number 3, how does art make you feel? Be specific. She says, art makes me feel calm and relaxed. It also makes me feel a little challenged, and it allows me to grow my skills by fixing small problems. It also makes me excited to show people what I've created. That's an interesting take on the feel a little challenge and allow me to, like, solve problem solving.
That is, are the problems within the art itself? Is that what
or internal? Good question.
Like fixing a little problem. Well, because she said it was calming.
I relate with that because every single art piece I do, I run into a problem and I'm like, I gotta fix this somehow.
Okay, true. Because like every artist has their vision of this is what I want it to, this is what it's going to look like, and so I mean, you gotta, whenever I make cups, I want my handle to look a specific way, or else I throw it away. So
or the glaze comes out a little tiny bit cloudy or something. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it looks good. It looks really good. It looks so good.
Okay, so this is from Nico, age 18, and we'll tag you, right? Right here on our green screen.
Why are we giving ourselves more work?
Okay, so the first question. Tell us about the inspiration behind your work. Appetite, which is a reference to their piece, which we have a picture of, so we can... Yes, right here on our green screen. No, so we'll show you. So Appetite is a stag head, and the title of it is a direct reference to the TV series Hannibal. The cross... What? Between. What? Oh, okay. So I don't understand abbreviations, Nico. I'm really old.
I love Hannibal. I love Hannibal so much. It's such a good show. Go on.
The cross between horror, beauty, and philosophy is something I'm extremely drawn to. Dystopia, their other piece, which we'll post, is inspired by the heroine from Octavia E. Butler. What?
Octavia E. Butler's Parable of the Sower. Lauren, the heroine, has hyperempathy. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you just don't know how to read.
Okay, Okay, can you read it in like a...
No, I did. I just did. Play that back. There's Octavia E. Butler's Parable of the Sower.
Okay, so for a background notice, Octavia Butler is an American science fiction author with multiple recipients of the Hugo and Nebula Award. In 1995, Butler first
Read the entire Wikipedia page, please.
That's really interesting because the piece itself... when I think of hyperempathy, it means, like, really empathetic, right?
Whoa.
No, like, that's okay, because the piece itself is that heart with the knives in it, so I think that's just...
No, that's a really cool interpretation.
Is that a juxtaposition of, like, saying hyperempathy, or is it just... Oh, because you feel it so much.
Yeah. It's really
Nico!
cool. Yeah.
I like that.
If you told me to give imagery to hyperempathy, I mean, I don't know... I would not arrive at this, but that's because I'm not that creative. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, that is just, like, doing a full, like, 360 of just back at them. 180, 360.
All the way around, baby.
Dude.
All the way around.
That is super cool, Nico.
Very cool.
I also like that you told us the specific inspiration between your pieces and not just what drives your art in general, because now seeing, I mean, I wouldn't have known Hannibal. That's also because I never watched it.
You should watch it. It's really good.
And the thing is, I consume media like it's candy. Like it's popcorn.
Popcorn.
So thank you, Nico. Moving on to that next question. Do you see your art in your future, and explain why or why not? Nico says, I do. I plan on majoring in art history so I can work in an art museum.
Nico?
Well, guess where we work. Okay. I just got my major accepted, so it's going to happen this upcoming semester. Oh my gosh! Oh, I wonder what school Nico's going to.
If it's ASU, you're going to have a lot of fun with the art professors.
I didn't want to work at this art museum. I mean, it's all...
She's going to be our new coworker soon.
Oh my gosh.
New podcast host.
So this is actually the job interview, Nico, and you're hired.
You got it.
You blew me away. Socks off my feet. I'm super glad that you're majoring in art history of all things, but just because, like, art itself, yes, and like being a painting, drawing major, that's cool, but knowing the background of it, knowing your references is also just as important. Mm-hmm. And I feel like sometimes that can get overlooked just by, like, the major names. I'm taking an art history class next semester, so maybe I'll see you in there. Oh my gosh, maybe I will.
Cute.
Look at that. Okay. How does art make you feel? Be specific. I do art mostly as an exploration of the horror of human nature, but also as a way of confronting the otherness and terror of beauty, because creating art makes me feel as though I have the outlet to defy what is normally considered the right way, quote-unquote, of looking at things. There's an inherent defiance I aim to achieve with every piece, because I want to make others feel startled enough to question themselves. Oh, I dig that.
I dig that
so
too. Beautiful. That's something I literally also try to do with some of my artwork.
Yeah, you do. You really just, like, punch patriarchy in its face with your work.
Well, my professor at ASU, if you're going there, Nico, Professor Sum would always tell me, you can't just paint a pretty flower. Mm-hmm. There's got to be something behind it. So I was like, okay.
I paint as pretty flowers.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, always put, like, a meaning behind it. And it doesn't even have to be... It can be something that's totally mind-blowing. It can be crazy.
I think it's also just really interesting to make such beautiful art about the barbaric nature of humans. Like, we're messed up beings. You're making me question humanity. And my initial... No, I didn't have high hopes for humanity, but after this, it's all gone.
I learned some things today I never wanted to know.
But in a good way. In a good
great
way. I hope you guys can... You guys, as in human nature. I just got done with my philosophy final today.
That's why you're in this mood.
Yeah, I'm on a soapbox of, like, oh, humans are crazy, evil animals terrorizing other beings. Yeah. And I hope that's what Nico's trying to get the point across, because that's how
you know how Black Widow spiders, like, eat their mates? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to do. Can we move on to the next person?
Can I keep that part in? Yeah. Is it at the very end?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Oh, I got one that I wanted to read, so I'm glad. Oh, and it was the last one. This is from Mia. Sorry.
Don't do that. Mia's a ceramic.
Yes.
Yeah. This is from Mia Florez.
Mia was actually chosen to be a scholarship recipient for the Angelo Gallia Scholarship that the Contra Clay Studio runs. If you want to try out for the scholarship, check it out on the website.
It's a great opportunity. I've seen Mia at many workshops, many classes.
I brought this up when I saw her again, but she walked into the education studio and picked up this big ceramic art piece, and I was like, oh, I don't think you're supposed to touch the art. And she was like, it's mine. It's my piece.
Oh,
and I was like,
doggy.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. You're ageist. You're bad. Which, because she's young. She's a young student. She can't make beautiful art. I'm just kidding, Bailey. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Mia, it was really good art. It was really good. Number 1. Tell us about the inspiration behind your artwork. My inspiration behind my pieces come from my experiences in life. A lot of my work reflects my emotions from day to day. That's lovely.
That is lovely. It's also just like the same, it's a way of expressing, and it's just
It's relatable too, because we all draw from our own personal experiences, I'm sure, in a lot of our own art pieces. So, yeah, relatable.
I like that, Mia. Thank you.
All right, number 2, do you see art in your future? She drew an arrow that says, yes, exclamation point. But she said, I see myself selling my own ceramics and hopefully owning my own ceramic business.
Oh, okay, I like that.
I will be studying studio art at ASU.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You and Nico can be best friends. I'm just kidding. They're just like, no.
Well, hopefully they're all friends in this art
Yeah.
class.
Yeah. And with us.
But art's competitive, so be ready to
No. No.
But this world,
It's not competitive.
This world's scary.
It's not scary. Nico, you got into her head.
Get some
You got into her head, Nico.
slits and throat.
No! You should check out Hannibal, though. It's really good. Number 3, how does art make you feel? Be specific. She said, my art makes me feel calming, and it allows me to express emotions that I am too embarrassed to share in words. I love the closure art gives me. That's great.
I really like that.
Yeah, find an outlet that, is not too out of your comfort zone. Art is the perfect thing for that. And that's good for her to do that.
Because one thing that I do is I journal, but that makes all my words are out and nobody sees them. But it's so different with art because there can be words if you want, but usually there's no words. It's just an imagery and people interpret that however. But then you're back to that secret message in pieces is oh, I know that this is about blank and blank and being too vulnerable to want to talk to somebody about it. But stuff now it is amazing and very healthy and beautiful.
Definitely. I agree. And I agree with Mia. When I'm writing out an artist statement about a piece, I will feel it in the moment and I'm going to be this is great. And then I go back a day later and read it and I'm erase.
Just because you feel vulnerable?
Yeah, or, embarrassed is the perfect word. You read what you wrote and you thought it was so good at the time and then you go back to it and you're oh,
and
not great.
Usually, art is, or you make it because it has that story behind it and then you share it in this artist statement. And sometimes I feel silly, or I guess embarrassed, but it's people don't want to hear the anecdotes. They just want to hear oh, I was deeply, sorrowfully depressed and this is what drew this beautiful, thriving piece from me. But it's oh, I was sitting on the porch with my grandma and I liked her.
Right. I don't want to sound too pretentious when I am talking about my pieces, even though all through college they taught me this vocabulary to insert in there, and you sound how you sound,
because
I guess.
Now it's just the standard of, it's not acceptable for it to just be about a story. Your artwork isn't just this one thing happened, because it doesn't feel valued enough, or it doesn't feel like it's worth anything if it's not something big, and that's not true. So.
Very not true. And so in order to get those big things out without being uncomfortable is important. Great job, Mia.
Thank you guys for
Great job,
submitting
everybody.
answers. Yes, those were so good. Round of applause.
Woo-hoo.
But thank you guys so much for submitting your questions, for writing any questions, submitting same thing.
For telling us about your art, for letting me bother you on the show, during the show. I was walking up to people, I was like, do you want to be on our podcast? Oh. So thank you guys. And if you're watching this, come do an interview. Thank you guys. If you want to listen to us, you can find us here. And if you like the video format, if we weren't too weird, if there were enough cuts, weird, awkward cuts, then let us know in the comments below.
And if you want more Q&As, let us know. I had fun. I like live reacting to questions. That's really fun.
Actually, there is a Q&A or a question you can answer after every single one of our Spotify episodes. Go leave us a question. Go Believe
we'll
it.
just pile them up and answer them one day, and all of your questions will be satisfied, and then you'll be a happy camper.
We'll definitely give great advice like we did today.
Do we give advice? I think they gave me advice.
Yeah,
They were
I
telling
learned more
me-
than they would
No, I
ever.
definitely learned more.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you guys at the school and to seeing you guys at the museum.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.